Hey guys, Kevin Wade here with Waydoo USA, North American distributor for Waydoo Tech eFoils, here to talk to you about the new Waydoo FLYER ONE Plus model. We're getting a lot of questions: when's it coming out, how much is it going to cost, what are the changes between the current model and the Waydoo FLYER ONE Plus. So just want to answer a few of those and let you guys know what to expect. So what is the Waydoo FLYER ONE Plus? The FLYER ONE Plus is essentially an evolution of the existing Waydoo FLYER ONE. It's going to be very similar in terms of aesthetics, overall look. There are a couple of things that you can look and see, okay, it's different than the existing model, but in terms of the overall dimensions, length, width, height, overall feel, it's going to be very similar because it's not a total redesign. It's essentially an evolution of the existing model. It will be sold alongside the current model. The current model is still active. We're still selling that existing model, but it will be, again, the plus, an added feature for those who want a little more performance out of their Waydoo FLYER ONE. So differences between the Waydoo FLYER ONE and the Waydoo FLYER ONE Plus. The FLYER ONE Plus is going to have a new reworked frame that's going to give it a 5-pound weight reduction and 60% more rigidity. So 5 pounds less, obviously nice and light, and it's also going to have that added rigidity, which is going to add to the performance in terms of weight transfer. When you're redirecting, when you're turning left to right, anytime you have added rigidity, that's going to add to the handling and the overall performance of the board. It also is going to come with a new Bluetooth chipset. So the chipset in the remote and also the masthead had been upgraded. That's going to add to the overall connectivity, and it's going to just give you a more solid and stable connection in all conditions. You're also going to have new propellers. There are 2 new propellers that will be coming out. That will be featured on the Waydoo FLYER ONE Plus. The Waydoo FLYER ONE Plus is going to have the FP7 and the FP8 propeller. Now those propellers, some of you may have seen renderings or photos on the internet, they are going to have a reduced diameter, which is also going to reduce the diameter of the prop cage. So it does have a bit different look to it. You're essentially trading torque for top-end performance and efficiency. So the FPF8 is going to have, or the FP8 rather, is going to have the most efficiency, but also the least amount of torque. So I would ideally recommend that for people that are, let's say, 160, 150 pounds or less, or intermediate advanced riders that know how to pump up onto foil without having to use the power of the motor to get them up on foil. Once you're up on foil, obviously you have that limited resistance, and you don't necessarily need that torque to get you up. But again, that trade-off is going to give you a higher top speed and also more efficiency, more longevity in that battery life. So you're going to be able to go further and faster, but you won't have necessarily as much get up and go torque out of that FP8. Now, the FP7 is going to kind of be a balance between the existing propeller and the FP8. It's going to have plenty of torque, no matter if you're, 150 or all the way up to 220 pounds, which is that recommended weight limit for the Waydoo FLYER ONE, but you will still have added efficiency. So you're going to look at about 20 to 25% more battery life, depending on the propeller that you're using, and you're going to look at somewhere around 3 to 5 miles an hour higher top speed over the existing propeller. So again, those are pretty much the main changes. Weight reduction and added stiffness on the board, added connectivity via the new chipset, and also added longevity and efficiency, higher top speed with those new propellers. Now, compatibility. If you have a Waydoo FLYER ONE, can you swap out parts and components? Yes, for the most part you can. The new propellers, the FP7 and the FP8, are both propellers that you can use on the existing Waydoo FLYER. So you can upgrade those propellers and enjoy the benefits of that added longevity and efficiency via those new propellers. The board itself, because of the frame being reworked, you will need that new chipset in order to function with the board, so you won't be able to purchase just the new board if you have an existing FLYER ONE power unit, remote, etc., etc. But other than that, everything is cross-compatible. So if you do, again, if you're like, oh, I have a FLYER ONE, but I wish I could get that new propeller, or I want that added efficiency, you can upgrade those things. Obviously, the chipsets being part of the remote and part of the masthead, you're not going to be able to remove the chipsets and upgrade them. But again, that added connectivity is nice. It's an added feature. It's always great. It doesn't hurt anything. But the current Waydoo FLYER does have solid connectivity. So another thing that you're going to see is in the way of packaging. So the Waydoo FLYER ONE comes with a bag for both the accessory pack as well as the board. The Waydoo FLYER ONE Plus model is going to have a hard case for the accessory pack, but the board will not have a bag. So you're going to have added protection for the accessories, but you're not going to have that protection that you have on the board. So kind of a trade-off there. Some people will prefer that. If you're traveling, obviously it's nice to have that rigid case. You can still attach the board to the case for going down the beach or putting things in your car, so on and so forth, but you won't have that nice bag that comes with the current Waydoo Flyer. We will be looking to offer that as an accessory. We still are trying to see how supply is going to kind of shake out for that, but hopefully we'll be able to offer that board bag or a board bag of some sort for your Plus model in the event that you would like to purchase one. That's essentially it. If you guys have any more questions or concerns, give us a call, WaydooUSA.com, WaydooTech.com, any of our authorized retailers. We have a lot of great people out there looking forward to answering all of your questions, giving you a test ride on the new model, and getting you out on the water. Thanks for listening.